I did a certain business in 2021 that was going to pull me about a millionaire in profit. I pulled out of it. It wasn't because I lacked funding. It wasn't because I wasn't making sales, but it was because I could not embrace failure. And the reason why 1 millionaire in profit was going to be a big deal was because this business was something I started with as low as 12,000 naira. Yeah, it had the capacity to make such huge turnover. But guess what? Your baby girl, yours truly turned her back because I did not have those skills that people usually talk about. When it comes to having a positive outlook in life, it does not mean that we have to deny the fact that there are negativities around us, but it begins with a consciousness, it begins with an intentionality to embrace a positive outlook. The problem is a lot of people think that positive people are those people who have things going well for them. And so they try to wait for things to get back up. They try to wait for when they would get back up. They try to wait for happy moments so that they can utilize those happy moments to be positive. But guys, it doesn't work that way. I'm going to show you 4 ways that can help you maintain a positive outlook. Number one on my list is to embrace failure. You don't like that sound, but yeah, embrace failure because failure is a part of life. Like, embrace it. By embracing failure, I'm not saying you should sit and whine and just live your life as the day goes by. That's not the way to work. You see, there's a difference between somebody who loses and somebody who has acclaimed that they are winners. The difference is in the attitude, and attitude is everything. When somebody loses, they cry, they whine, they hate the world, and next thing they are getting depressed. A lot of people today are scared to fail. And this is why they cannot start their project. This is why they cannot start to create their content. This is why they cannot even start applying for those jobs because they do not believe in their own capacity. And all they do is to just give themselves positive affirmations. That's going to be a different topic on its own. Now, talking about failures, you have to learn how to embrace failure because how can you know the strategies to win something or to hit it big if you don't try? It's in the process of trying that you begin to see mistakes. And these mistakes, I do not even like to call them mistakes. I rather call them the opposite, like the way not to go about it, the way not to achieve something. So, yeah, try it. And every step you feel, every step of the way you feel, you would realize that you're building resilience. You're building things that you didn't even know you had the capacity for. Let me tell you what failure does that you never would learn in the four walls of classroom. Failure helps you to build resilience. Failure fosters your creativity, and then it helps you to be humble. Also, failure helps you to show empathy because for you to show empathy, it means that you have walked in the shoes, you have walked in the shoes, you understand what it feels, you know what the pain feels like. So when you see somebody else who is struggling to get the same things done, you know how to console them, you know how to talk to them better. And what better way to have to become humble? Pride is something that hides. So when you have failed in an attempt to achieve something, it humbles you. There's a way it humbles your spirit. It makes you become teachable because you really want to see how far you can go about it. And guess what? You need all these things to become a leader. A leader is not just somebody who drags people like mules, but you want to inspire people. You want people to learn from you. You want to motivate people. That's who a leader is. So when you have all these attributes, we can rightfully call you a leader because we choose to follow somebody like you, not because you are stamping your feet that you must lead us or you must rule us. And again, if you have failed at something, how about you look at it this way? For instance, if you're not getting that job, is it not time you looked at it and consider that your maybe your CV needs a little tweaking, or maybe that business proposal needs a little tweaking? Maybe you need to give it to somebody to review it for you. There was a time I created my portfolio and I was thinking in my head that the portfolio was was the best thing after jollof rice. And then I decided to reach out to somebody in my community and I said, hey guys, please check out these things for me. And they gave their negative reviews. It helped me to tweak the proposal and it became something better. I love to call failure the starting point the starting point to success because success is like a numbers game. You need to keep trying, and the more you try, the better your chances of winning. If you ask these people who have succeeded, they will tell you they had tried different things in the past. So yeah, keep trying. It's a numbers game, and one day we will celebrate you. Number two on my list is for you to get rid of those negative emotions. Negative emotions like fear, jealousy, anger, and self pity. You know, the one I dislike the most is self pity. And self pity was one emotion I carried on like a school bag for many years because I thought that maybe God would do a miracle if He saw that I always pitied myself. You see, we live in a digital age where people naturally want to showcase their wins and their trophies. And you know, sometimes these wins and trophies can get people triggered. You know, when some people see stuff like this and they begin to think like they begin to imagine or believe that they are lagging. You see, this is deception from the enemy. The problem is that people like this love to people like this love to measure their growth by the societal standards. Let me tell you how to measure growth. You have to measure growth with yourself. You are the standard, you are the standard for that measurement. So you measure your last year and your this year, your last month and your and this present time. So you ask yourself questions like what you know last year. Have you added more knowledge to what you know? And it's not just about banking on the knowledge you have. The knowledge you have, how are you using your knowledge, that knowledge you have to be productive? How are you using that knowledge to have? How are you using that knowledge to have to better the future? So you see that growth has nothing to do with what you can see externally, but it has to do with your intrinsic abilities. The fight is not against the world, the fight is against your past. It's against those things that want to whisper to you that you're not going. You're moving. Trust me, darling, you're moving. As long as you're watching this video, I believe that you're growing. As long as you're watching this video, I believe that you want to have that positive outlook in life. Have you noticed that sometimes your behavior has the capacity to affect the way you think? Think about it for a moment. The moment you think about something that annoys you or irritates you, it can affect your entire mood. And the next thing you want to do is just to yell or release those emotions. You want to release those emotions. It's the same way when you keep thinking about how you're going to have a glorious future, how you're going to have a wonderful future, a future that our eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. You know, when you think about those beautiful things, it gives you this positive outlook. You become more confident. You want to do more. You want to smash those goals. And this is why you need to have a positive outlook because the choice to be happy is entirely yours. Like nobody can make you happy outwardly. You have to decide on your own that you want to be happy. Joy is a spirit, but happiness is a choice. So decide today that you want to be happy. And whenever a negative news wants to spoil your mood, you have to rely on the choice you had made. Because you cannot stop the flow of thoughts, but you can control what you think. Number three on my list is to stay away from negative people. There are people who just want to be negative. Negative in the sense that they're always talking about the bad sides. They never focus on the good sides of life. They focus on the negative aspects of life. They focus you know, I've met people who just want to talk about how things are increasing, about how life is bad, about how yeah, we can see that these things, we can see that there is bad governance. We can see that getting a job these days is more difficult. How about we talk about skills that we can acquire to bring our heads out? How about we talk about how to like the things I had mentioned earlier? How about you hang out with people that can encourage you to do better, to acquire more skills, to make yourself more marketable? I've come to realize that having a positive outlook gives you this kind of aura of confidence. So how about you hang around people with positive vibes? And these positive vibes come from having a very strong faith in what you see. You know, a lot of us claim that we have faith, but our thought processes reveal that we don't have faith. You're having faith that you're going to sell off all your products, but somehow you're asking yourself, will people buy? That just answers the question, do if you really have faith. Take this one as a bonus. Don't concern yourself with what people think about you. Don't concern yourself with how to build a good image around people. Concern yourself with how you want to build character. Character is who you are, even when nobody is watching. You're the CEO of your life. So, yeah, decide today that you want to live positively. Decide today that you want to be high, you want to be joyful. See, Around me, if you know me personally, you know that I'm in no negative zone. For years, I lived in self pity, but right now, we're happy. We're happy because it's a matter of choice. I want to grow old and I want to have a rightful age. So I have decided to be happy. So, guys, what are you doing? What are those activities you're doing to stay positive all day? I want you to share in the comment section because some people might need them. Until then, see you in my next video, guys.